Hi, Faye. How are you doing? Hi, Jeanette, Sandra. I have no idea why I wanted to come on again tonight, but Spirit made me feel like I should, so I'm just following directions. So I'm hoping that you can all hear me okay. Um, Friendly nod will do wonders. I didn't check my settings yet. Hello, Annalicia.
You could probably turn your camera more towards you and not into the dirty kitchen.
That's not the dirty kitchen. Did you hear what she said? Turn it more towards me and not into the dirty kitchen. Hi, Liam. Okay. So,
There we go. Hey, you're sitting now.
um, directions from the Peanut Gallery. Hello, Heather. Okay, so I'm going to do this as usual, go down. The difference tonight is I may use cards, I may not. So, what I'm going to do is, starting with Faye, um, again, I have a message and it's from with the R. Okay, all I'm picking up is the R right now, Faye. And he said not to worry. I said I got it just before I sat down about your mom, that she may have been afraid to leave, but she was greeted with great joy on the other side. And I would also say your dad is with her. And that's, I want to say, who's Pete to your mom? But anyways, and Faye, I picked the protection card. I'm actually using Oracle cards tonight. And the protection, let's see, I got to get used to this again. And this is about how your mom is surrounded by people and that she is loved and looked after. Jeanette, there is some money coming towards you, and I see a little trickle of water coming a little bit down the wall. And so hopefully it's on the outside of the wall and not on the inside. And they're saying that a little putty, so it must be on the outside. Maybe it's the eaves trough is leaking and a little putty should be able to fix it. They're also saying that this is a period of transformation for you, and that as you're going through transformation, Jeanette, that it's one at a time. Okay, you take things one at a time. You don't try to rush it. And it could even be, and Faye, I think this is connected to you too, because the transformation for me is about your mom, but it's also about the idea that you may be able to see her even more so now that she's passed than maybe you had access when she was alive. So for the two of you, there is a transformation. Sandra, the moving feels more like you need to declutter, as though just stop, take one room and look at that room and think, what do I have to do for it to actually, oh, look at that, look in a book. So maybe there's a book out there that will help you figure out how to get rid of the stuff you don't need because it's not really personal, it's not really sentimental, and you hold on to the sentimental stuff and you leave the rest behind. But I don't mean leave it in the house, you may be leaving it behind at Goodwill or something like that. So they're saying to look at it that way, because as you do it, then it becomes a little easier. So one room at a time and one box at a time. But it also feels like, Sandra, if you're to my left, you're moving like this way. So I don't know, that means you're moving into different locations, sort of parallel to where you already are. But it does feel like that for me. And it also feels like we're looking June, July for this move. Annalisa, sorry. Um, it's time to remember the child within. It's time to remember to bring her out and to see the joy that she once viewed, how she looked at the world, and how she took that world and she made it fit her perspective. It doesn't mean you're in denial, or maybe a shrink would say you're in denial of things. But for me, it's more about how is the world revolving around you, not how are you revolving around the world. So it's standing still and allowing things to be in perspective. That's what I keep hearing. but it's also about knowing when to oppose or to be opposite of what is being shown. I hope that makes sense. But it's like, okay, you project to the world that you're happy all the time. But what if you're really not happy? And it's okay to say that. But it's also okay to change the way or the area that you hoped would work for you, and it's not. So let's say this is romance, okay? Let's just say it's romance. And if it is romance, then what about the romance isn't working for you? And what do you need to change to make it happen? Liam. Okay. Hop, skip, and a jump away, and it's time to flourish. It's time to blossom into the man you're supposed to be, but it's also the opportunity for you to show your children the man you want them to be. So it's about, monkey see, monkey do. I realize that's probably not politically correct, but, it works for me. And it's about opening up. And it's instead of saying, I know as a kid, I hated it when my parents went, you've got to do this because when I was a child. Well, what about me as a child now? And so, Liam, it's opening up and being forthright with the children, but also being forthright with you about things maybe you would have liked to see changed when you were a child and helping your children change them now. Okay, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and you just keep going. Okay, hello, Heather. Heather, this is about new beginnings and new starts for you. Think of your fairy godmother. Remember last night I did say I was a Cinderella girl. So fairy godmothers, they're supposed to help us achieve our dreams because they're there and they're nurturing us. Okay, but then again, what about everyone around you? Who are you nurturing and who's not nurturing you? Who's not bringing you up to the level that you feel you should be at? And so it may be a time for you to look at a few changes, and that's okay as well. But it's also a time for you to really embrace and develop who you want to be and the job you want. So it is a lot about shift and change. Hi, Lily. This is a time of celebration, and it's about letting your hair down. It's about dancing to the fairy lights. It's about believing in what you can't see, because even though you can't see it, it doesn't mean it's not there. It's about embracing an old path into a new dimension, Lily. It's really about spiritual growth. Okay, so I'm going to say that the more you develop, the higher you become, the level the vibration becomes. Okay. Hello, sis, Penelope. So I picked a card for you because it says inspiration. Be prepared. You will receive a visit from your fairy. Okay. So to me, this means there's a dream, a wish, a dance that you should be partaking of. And as you partake of it, then it's like the movement of the energy is moving, projecting you forward as well. So you begin to flow with the energy. You're not stagnant. You're not standing still. You're not waiting. You're beginning to flow with the energy. And it should lift you. It should make you happy. And it's about inspiration. So maybe an idea, a concept comes towards you, and that is where you're going to be. Okay. Well, they are definitely together. Hello, Angela. And how is Mississippi? Angela, listen to the music. And I don't mean the music on a TV, a radio, a stereo, iPad, or whatever. I'm talking about the music all around us. The sound of the leaves as the wind blows through them, the birds, the traffic. Listen to the music. There's a movie out there, August Summer. It's about a little boy who listens to the music. anyways, I'm feeling that the music is a direction for you. And I think the music, and I'm going to borrow the word inspiration from Penelope, that music is inspirational for you in the fact that it brings great joy, it brings comfort, it brings messages. So start listening to the music all around you, because to me, that spirit, they're reaching out, they're saying, come on, pay attention to the messages that are being given. And I keep seeing daffodils. So I don't know if there's someone who was really loved daffodils on the other side, but I keep seeing daffodils, and daffodils are also March of Dime, which means it could be someone who passed the cancer on the other side reaching out to say hello. Hello, Shar. I hope you're having a good evening. And wisdom. You are a lady of wisdom. And maybe wiser than your years because you've gone through so much inside your life. I don't know who Frank is. And so I'm going to put the name Frank out because I am hearing it loud and clear. So anyone who recognizes him, I'm preferably looking for a dead Frank. But I am hearing Frank around you, Shar. So I don't know if he is connected to you, if he's your spirit guide, but I am hearing the name. And that wisdom inside of yourself is something that you should be sharing with your tribe. But it's also showing me a white owl, and very swift. And owls, for me, growing up, my grandma used to say depending on what time of the day you saw them at, but while owls represented wisdom, they represented education. And so I am seeing that around you. And I also feel like your mother's mother is around you quite a bit too. And so it could be that spirit's trying to direct you as well. And maybe that's what this is about tonight, about spirit connecting to those who are open to it. Okay. So I'm going to say be open to the messages. And I see 3 young men walking a path in a forest. And they walk side by side. One holds a bow, one holds a rifle, and the other one has a drum. And they're walking side by side. Okay. And they're white energy for me. And they're very clear and very energetic, and very much it's about trusting your instincts, but it's also about the beat of the drum is the beat of our heart. So I would say they are connected to you. Well, Sandra, that June could be next June because they didn't give me a year, but I hear June, July. Okay. So Jeanette, then I am going to say, make sure you get that putty on the shower. Hello, Lisa. Lisa, I hope you're doing well. And for you, it's a time of standing still and healing. It's a time about, that's what they're saying. It's a time for healing. It's a time to give to yourself as well as receive from others healing energy. And I don't mean you going and you're paying to get the healing energy, but it's about the healing inside of letting go of past wrongs so that you can move into a brighter future, a brighter relationship, of rearranging. But it's about healing for you, Lisa. So I'm going to say that we all have a natural ability to heal. I mean, it's always there inside of us. I've heard many a times, heal thyself. And we can. And sometimes most people think about like cancer, liver disease and stuff like that when I say healing. I don't mean that. I'm talking about healing the soul, healing the inner you, the part of you that is left lonely and feeling a little frightened and not sure of the direction. And sometimes we just need to take time and bring the energy in and feel that beautiful white light, as well as some of the colors of the rainbow going in and just wrapping and moving and taking away anything that's negative. All right. Hello, Heather number 2. I'm glad you loved coming on and listening. So, Heather, we have, you're going to love me, wait for winter. Okay. Enjoy what you have in front of you right now. Oh, I've got a lady here who's connected to you, mom, grandma, possibly aunt, but they're just throwing their arms around you and saying, wait for winter, celebrate then. And Heather, but the other part about this is what I felt was heartfelt love. Okay. I also got someone's dog here running around beside me. He's like a reminds me a little bit of a collie, but he could be a blue heeler. But anyways, Heather, they're saying just wait, enjoy now, because when winter comes, you're going to have to put on the boots to get to where you need to be. So don't be afraid to get dirty in the process. Oh, okay. Cindy, you're next. Just a minute. So Cindy. Okay. Cindy, Jeannie, or Patty, do either one of you recognize the name Margaret? And if you do, please put it down below. Tell me whether they're alive or past, because I feel it might be to Lovely Cut Knife too. I'm not sure. Okay, so Cindy, to you, this is an opportunity for you to open and embrace your magic. It's a time to venture out of your safety zone and look beyond the four corners or the foundation that you have done. And this again is spiritual growth, Cindy. And it's about, it's all about the magic. And I can hear that song in my head. But it's instead of looking back, look forward. Instead of well, of course, when you're driving, you better look sideways, back and forward. But when you're standing still, sometimes looking back isn't always the answer, because I feel like it's 2 steps to my right, 1 step forward, 3 left, and then forward again. Not at any time do I see them saying to you, Cindy, go backwards. Because if you go backwards, you'll make it work even better. And that's not what I'm feeling. I feel like it's the more you move forward, the stronger, the brighter, the more magic you have inside of yourself to achieve anything that you're looking for. Okay, Jeannie, for you and Brandon and for the baby. For the baby, I see golden light all around the baby. I'd like to say him. So is it, I think you said it was a boy. And for you and Brandon, what I see is hope. Hope is always there. No matter how difficult it may get in life, you two are able to move your way through it because you find that the drive, the hope, the need to make it successful. And for me, it's about the fact that you're going through changes. And as you go through changes, it feels like sometimes we stumble, we fall, but we're able to pick ourselves up because we can see the end result. And that's basically what I am hearing is you're going to find what you're looking for. And it's just the hope that is there with it is amazing. It's bright. It's golden. All right. Okay. So Patty. And if I end up reading you twice, it's just because I'm not keeping track. So bonus. But Patty, hi, Patty. For you, I have intention. What is your intention in life? What do you want? How do you manifest your intention? What steps do you have to put in place to make that intention happen? And are you ready to do it? Are you willing to use your wisdom wisely to make it happen? And if you are, this is the time to listen to your heart's desire and start putting it into place. All right. It sounds to me, as I say it, I feel this, oh my God, that's so daunting, but it's not. It's 1 step and trust. That's all it is to put your intentions into place. Hello, lovely. You have life energy. And life energy is about, okay, sunscreen. It's using the sun's ray to bring energy into yourself and to glow like a beacon in the distance for others to see. And it's about healing. It's also about trust again. But it's about the fact that you're pulling this energy and you're using it to not only accommodate your own life, but you're helping other people too along the way. So it's twofold. And it just feels like this energy is something that you could be using for yourself as a healing method, but it can also be for knowledge as well. Lily, you're welcome. Kalisha, I hope I said that right. Hi, I think you've been on once before. So you I don't know if you were born under a full moon, but I am feeling moon energy around you. But moon energy, and I think Penelope and I've talked about it before, it sort of governs how our emotions can be affected. But with this moon energy, it's moving you out of confusion and shining light on situations around you. It's bringing you connection to spirit, and it's also allowing you to let go of pain and hurt and disappointment. Shadow in the background. And it's saying that your mind is going to be clear and crisp, and there's possibilities around you that can be unlimited. So it's again, spirit messages, as in you've got an awful lot of spirits around you. They surround you, they protect you, and they're saying that you need to listen to your instincts more, because the more you listen to them, the clearer the picture becomes. Oh, hello, Kathy. Okay, two things for you, Kathy. Tree of Wisdom. I'm thinking of my Uncle Dave right now, and he had this money tree. It was a little plastic tree with gold dollar signs on it. Okay, money. And he used to tell my daughter and his granddaughter that money grew on trees. Yeah, it doesn't. Wish. But money does grow on trees because they got to cut down the trees to make the money. So I guess in a way it's true.
Actually, most money is made out of plastic or linen.
Oh, great. Now it's probably made out of plastic and linen by the information I'm being fed from the other side of the room. So, Kathy, first you need to be really wise about your money for the next little while. And I'm going to say monitor it. Make sure you're not being double dipped on something. And then the Tree of Wisdom is also, for me, connected to strength. And it's about, like, we were in Bushard Gardens this week, and I hugged a tree, and my daughter said or stump, and my daughter said, that tree's not going anywhere. And I said, yeah, but I could give it some energy to help it grow. So I am going to say, and she's in the background telling me again, it's not going to live again anytime soon. But maybe the tree and the energy I'm feeling is about the growth for yourself. And like a family tree, right? You've got your roots, and then you've got all the branches of everyone who's inside the family. So maybe it has something to do with follow your family tree or look at it. Hello, Shay Shay. How are you? Embrace your powers. Embrace your intelligence. Embrace the fact that you can be on your own and not need someone else to support you. And most importantly, I feel like you need to get a rose quartz, and it doesn't have to be big. It can be small. It can be like about that big. And I'm sort of feeling like you should pack a rose quartz around with you, because it's healing energy, and it's also about love. Okay. Oh, Mississippi is hot. Hello, Lynn. Lynn, I'm not sure we've seen you before. So just keep in mind, I am going down the list, and as I go down the list, I will eventually get to your name. It takes me a little bit because there's a lot of people on here, so I will get to you. Okay, Lynn, abundance. Okay, I pulled you a card. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental break around the idea of abundance. I don't know about you, but I do know occasionally I think, oh, I'd really like to have more money come in. But then I start thinking about what I would need the money for. And so I've learned this. When you think of abundance, when you try to manifest abundance, you do not think about what you're going to spend the money on, because you'll get extra bills along the way. So if you're hoping to bring abundance in, and to me, abundance isn't just money. Abundance is friends. It's material things, if that's what you want. And it can be money, but abundance is feelings. So if you're hoping to increase your abundance, and it could be a relationship, then you really got to clear the past to make the future happen, to make the pathway clear. Okay. Hi, Brandy. Brandy, moderation is something most of us should learn. Moderation of drink, moderation of partying, moderation of worrying. Okay. And moderation in eating and how we eat. So I hate the word diet, so I like the word nutritional value. I think it's really important that if we look at our nutritional value and we're putting the right things into us, then everything around us becomes equal. And so when I think of moderation, I think of balance. I don't think so much about how much I drink. Well, I drank a lot of tea, and I did have to cut back a little, but it's about balance. That's what they're saying, is that, Brandy, it's about really find your balance. Once you find your balance, then you can take it from there. But again, I still use the word moderation here. Liam, you're welcome. Angela, you're welcome. Shar, you know who Frank is? Okay. Just a minute. My computer jumped. I've got to go back up. Wow, it really jumped. Okay. So, Shar, you know who Frank is? Is he family or friend? Lynn, I just managed to do your Heather. Do you have any insight on my ongoing? Do you see any resolution? At this point, Heather, it's going to be a while yet before you see any kind of resolution. And I think maybe the reading might have had something to do with some message in there. And I'm sorry, I can't remember what I said. Aaron, hi. Aaron, it's funny because I'm going to use the word temptation on you. And it's weird because when one thinks of temptation, they think of something that you shouldn't really have. But in this particular case, maybe the temptation is something you really do want. And then what I want to know is, and no, you're not answering me when I say it, is the temptation worth the folly after the fact? I always say, if you're going to do something and you think you can say, oh my God, I shouldn't have done that, then don't do it. But if that temptation is so kind and so great that you really want it, then go ahead and do it, as long as you're not going to have any regrets at the end of it. Okay. And I can just hear a few people saying to me, oh my God, what are you telling her? Temptation is not something we're supposed to be doing, but why not? If it's something we really want, or it's something that's making us feel good at that moment, okay, no stealing, no murder, no, hijinks sort of idea. But if the temptation is to take a bite out of a cookie and put the rest of it back to see if anyone will notice, why not do it? I've done it many a times. No one notices, probably because I've gone back and eaten the other half of the cookie. But temptation isn't as bad as everyone says it is. As long as you do not have regret, that is the most important part of temptation. Shar, your kokum is around me. Awesome. And the 3 young men can be my sons. Well, they're around you as well, and they are covered in white light. Okay, lovely. I did get you. Sheila. Wow, Sheila, how are you? Friendship. This is a time to nurture your friendship. Okay, it's a time to make sure that you are bringing everyone together and you're keeping close. Like, how many times, okay, during COVID, there was probably a good 3-month gap between me and my friends talking. And I realized that that's such a huge gap. When we were always running around doing things, there was always a moment to stop and bring my friends together. So now I bring them together once a month, hopefully on Zoom, or once every 6 weeks. And we get together and we have breakfast and coffee on Zoom. And it may not be as personal as in person, but friendships are things that we really have to nurture. Most people think that when we're married, that's what we nurture the most. And yes, we should. Not that I'm married, but I'm guessing maybe I might, no chance in hell. But friendships are just as important as our partners are, because they are the people that are there when we need help and we turn to. So Sheila, it is time for you to nurture your friendships. Okay, Aaron, I'm hoping you caught your message. And if not, it was about 5 minutes ago. So you can always backtrack. Lisa, you're welcome. Lynn, I did get you. Heather, that's your great grandmother. So I'm going to let you know that she is around you, and she's saying, keep an eye on the boy. So I'm not sure if this is a son or your husband. Cindy, I did want the one who had passed away, so it was Heather. Patty, okay, so Patty, I'm going to say the same thing to you because your ex-mother-in-law is passed. And stand firm for what you believe in, because if you don't believe in it, then how can you prove to others how important it is? Okay. Cindy, you're welcome. Hi, Leslie. Well, thank you for that. I'll take hello, beautiful any day. Leslie, find balance. Find a balance between work, rest, and play. Okay. And the more you find your balance, the more energy you will also find in the process. And it's also about, like, don't be afraid to take a power nap if you need one. Set a timer, 5-10 minutes. In my case, 2 hours later. And I get up and I feel so much more refreshed. So find that balance, because once you find it, life begins to look a little more rosy as the day goes on. Especially when you're having a bad day at work. It looks even better if you have balance inside. Jeannie, you're welcome. Sheila, I already got to you. Patty, you're welcome. Adela, hello. I hope I said that right. Adeli. Okay, solitude. Most people hate solitude. Okay, they don't. They don't always want to be alone, but sometimes solitude, you can be alone in a group of people. All right. But in this particular case, when I think of solitude, I'm thinking about you stop and you bring all your guides together and they're inside of you and you never feel lonely. This solitude I'm thinking of is totally different. It's about embracing the universe and listening to the messages that are being presented. It's about trusting your instinct. It's about, no matter where you are, you're never truly alone, because there's always someone with their hand on your shoulder. And I also feel like love's in the wind. So you could be rekindling or renewing or developing a relationship that has love attached to it. Oh, well, that's nice. I like taking pictures too. Or sunrises. You said sunrises, right? Yes, I do love the sunrise photos. Kathy, new baby coming in July. Well, congratulations. Diane. Oh, Diane, maybe that's why I'm here. Now, Diane, I am going to ask you whether or not he died of cancer. But I feel like I want to tell you he's reborn and that he's in a better place. And he asked for the help he needed, and you gave him the help he wanted as well. And now you need to let him spread his wings and for him to move forward. Now, the other thing too is that I think I said it the other night. I can't remember, but I'm guessing here. I think you have a new relationship coming towards you, and it's time for you to be able to embrace it. Now, it's not going to happen tomorrow, the next day, or even 6 months or a year from now, but there will be a new relationship, and he's saying to be open to it. Okay, Cindy. Okay, I believe I got Cindy already. Lynn, I got you too. You're welcome. Well, thank you for that. I don't think so, but oh, okay. Can you give me info on me? Oh, okay. So you're asking for two people or Paza, light, energy, shed love on those who you do love, and allow people who love you to move into your sphere and to remember that light penetrates darkness. That's what I'm hearing. So I will just hand it on. Sure. Okay, you've got a nephew who's missing. Maybe we'll talk another time about him. But Frank, if it is him, Shar, I feel like someone's moving closer to where he might be. And I also mean this if he's passed, okay? That I feel like there's someone coming across his path. Uh, Annalisa, if you give me a few minutes, I'll take a look. Is this like grandma, aunt, friend? Um, okay. Sorry, I'm not at this point, but leave it with me and I'll have a look. I There had to have been some sort of affection between the two of you because I feel this need to reach out and just place a kiss on your cheek and show you hummingbirds and butterflies. That's what I'm feeling. Hi, Sheila again. Wow. I am so sorry for your loss and your childhood friend's loss. Um, Sheila, I'll burn a candle for everyone. Hello, Jessica. Jessica, sometimes signs are important. Messages from the other side, like butterflies, eagles, the phone ringing, and someone leaving you a message. But I feel that what I'm supposed to say to you is pay attention to the messages that are from nature around you, because the more you pay attention to nature, the more you see beyond what is in front of you. But it's also about opening up your heart, your mind, your soul for the possibility of new relationships. And oh, and sorry, didn't mean to sit there with my mouth open. Um, and they're saying, Jessica, that there's two hearts and two minds coming together. So I'm thinking you and a partner, and they're two hearts and two minds. So they're in sync with each other. Um, okay. Yeah, I think someone's coming across him, Shar. And Elisa, then I am going to say the lady I felt, like I said, was mom, grandma, friend. And if that's your mom, I tell you, she's close by you. And I don't know if you did get a tattoo or something that represents your mom, but I feel like I'm supposed to recognize. Okay. Hi, Gloria. Well, Gloria, um, you made me stop for a minute to have to think because I wanted to say something. Time is precious. Finally, it came back to me. Time's precious. And, when we think, oh, I should have done that at that time, well, you weren't meant to do it at that time. Now, if there is something you want to experience in your life, this is the no pun here, this is the time to move forward and start to experience it. The more you move forward, the more you get to do, the more fun you get to see. And sometimes taking those moments, and I can think of a time where we were out of power. So we got flashlights and candles and we went under the staircase, my daughter and I, and we got out our Barbie and her My Little Pony. By the way, she still has them. And we were under there. She was young. She was only about 7, 8 years old. And we were under there for hours playing with My Little Pony. Well, I wouldn't give anything to give up that time because it was important. It was memorable. It was something pleasurable. So if there's something you haven't done and you want to do it, this is the time. Okay, so Shar, yeah, I'm going to MSN you and I'm going to ask you a couple of questions and maybe you can reach out for me. Okay, well, everyone, thank you so much. I'm sorry for everyone's loss. Having been through it recently myself and my cousins having gone through it just recently as well. It's difficult, but the whole idea of death is about those of us who are left behind. And if we can remember those people and eventually realize the more we remember them, the happier they are getting. I know some people don't want big fancy funerals anymore, but we still need to take those moments and with people we care about, remember them. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and I'll see you next week. And most important, look after yourself. All right? Take moments for yourself. So may love, life, may love, joy, peace, happiness, and prosperity find you all in mysterious ways. Blessed be everyone, and have a good night.